big round of applause. Let's go. Boy, am I nervous having to follow Freezy Smalls from last week.
Tough act to follow.
So hopefully I don't get booed off today. So as usual, thank you guys. Welcome to the Coach Smith Show. Special shout out to our venue partner tonight, which is Harvest Hall and the Vin. If we give him a round of applause, that'd be great. And then I'm his ministry as our sponsor, as usual. So let's kick this off, Coach. You ready?
Ready to roll. Let's go.
So we talked a little bit today, right, in prep for the show, and we look back and we're 3 games in.
Yeah.
And when we talked about that, we really could be sitting at 3-0, right? And that's a tough pill to swallow, but we lost by 1, Wakeland, had a heck of a game, Birdville, and then it really probably came down to 3 plays, which I know you're going to talk about here in a little bit, in Everman, and then getting into kind of what happened there. But what I loved when I walked in today is you had a big sign on every TV, Ted Lasso Believe. So tell me a little bit about that and your thoughts of, with the high level of those 3 plays this last week.
So I think you come out of those. So everything kind of operates in threes for me in football. I think there's 3 phases of the game. It's one of those weird number things I have. And we come out of that, we pull analytics, start pulling data on who we are offensively, who we are schematically, defensively, where our skill sets are, where our voids are, those type things. And coming out of that, there was an element for us where we're like, okay, this is who we are. We've kind of identified, now let's move forward. And I think the element for us is making sure that we believe in our process. Oftentimes the product's not going to be what you want it to be, and you're not going to get the results you want in that isolated event, but we want to believe in our process. And what we tell guys is their attitude and their effort and how good that is and how invested that is an indication of their belief. So we push Believe. I actually played Don't Stop Believing by Journey, which is my wife's favorite song, on repeat in every room in our field house and at practice all day today. So they got all the 80s rock music they want. I think it's 80s. Is that 80s? Maybe? Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. But they're going to be able to quote Don't Stop Believing by the end of this week, because there's a point where you just blindly, optimistically stay very rooted in who we are, our guys, not worried about who's showing up, not worried about who's playing, just believe in our process, believe in us, and continue to move forward in that. And that's what we're trying to preach right now.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was great seeing the analytics, too. I mean, even at a high school level of some of the stuff. We probably won't get into that because we don't want to give away anything, but it was really cool of how you guys broke that down, even at a high school level.
Yeah, we really, I get into what, like I coached baseball for a little while, so I get into spray charts. Like, where's our launch points? Where's our landing points offensively? Where are we completing balls, level 3, level 2, all that. And then defensively, we look, Coach Smalls, Freezy, and I sat down, and we look like, where are they attacking us? Where are they hitting things? So it allows us to see all that, because you have to constantly assess yourself. If you get obsessed in who the opponent is and what they do, you lose sight of what really matters. Us and our process and our players and these guys, that's all that matters. So we're going to stay very rooted in our process and self-evaluate and continue to get ourselves better. That is what we control. That is the only thing we control, and that is what we're going to do. So all the analytics help and all the numbers help, and, all those things kind of, I think I said it Sunday, I think I summed it up, and I use this quote all the time: if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day. And that's kind of how I feel about 4 plays through the first 3 weeks.
That's great. So why don't we just jump into it?
Yeah.
You want to do defense or offense first?
So what we're going to do is I want to talk about a little bit about these sub-varsity guys that continue to come out and play. And when you look at holistic program development, that was things that were kind of brought to my attention today. Our sub-varsity's 6-0 in the last 2 weeks, and they're handling games. And this was interesting because our B team, we just threw a game on them. I'm calling everybody in DFW, and Melissa finally answered and said, "Yeah, Coach, we'll come down there." It's like, sweet. I don't know what you're getting into, but it's going to happen. And they showed up. Blake Williams, those guys did a great job. Then we got to freshman A. I showed up at a freshman A game, and it was a little flat, and it was a little not energized, but by the time I got to the numbers in the middle of a play of strongly encouraging our young men to play at a high effort in a very positive manner and not enthusiastic or animated at all, we kind of picked it up. We hit a few shots. Quarterback play picked up significantly at that game, and things got a lot better. And then our JV, we busted back from Everman. I get back to JV, and we've been kind of working through. We have a young man named Manny that I think can be a really great football player for us. And we have kind of cycled through him and been through a few hard times and had some tough conversations. And I'm teaching him the element of isolated conflict. And isolated conflict is I can absolutely lose my mind and we can have a very interesting conversation. And 2 seconds later, I'm going to ask you about your new girlfriend or ask you how class is going. And getting these young men not to carry residual grudge out of isolated conflict and getting them to maturely handle those hard conversations, a big thing. And, man, I was so proud of him because, we went through a course of action with him. We got him back last Monday after meeting with Dad, and he goes out, has a huge touchdown run, and then we're 4th and goal. They could score it to tie it, I believe. Yeah, so we could have scored a tie. It was 13-6. It's 4th and goal, and I just send him in an outside linebacker and say, come off the edge. He ends up stripping the ball and going 98 yards. So it's a testament to what we're doing within this program of making sure that we don't give up on people ever. And we're going to invest everything we got, and we're going to try to pull these guys out. We're going to try to save every one of them and try to get them to understand that this football and this program and what this game teaches you is awesome, and you need to be a part of it. The good, the bad, the highs, the lows, the hills, the valleys, and everything in between. And it was a cool moment to see him run down the sideline, me trying to keep up with him without pulling a hamstring, and just excited for him. And all his teammates were excited for him. So it was a great night for our sub-varsities. They all played really well. It was a lot of big wins there.
That's awesome.
So as we kind of get into it and we see the lesson, not the loss, of Everman, we went into the week for the first time, I think, in a long time with an expectation and a thought process that we're supposed to beat this team. And I think it had been a while, and I don't know that we handled that great, and I don't know that as a head coach, and I take full responsibility for not getting our guys going. And that's completely on me. Now, I tried a lot of different tactics to do that, but none of them seemed to get our guys motivated the way they do, and that is completely on me. I take that on the chin, but I do know this. We played great defensively. You take away 2 plays, and what we itemized on Saturday morning when we came in, because we always go through what we call the top 10% and the bottom 10%. Because we want to see the worst of the worst and the best of the best. And we always leave them with the best of the best because we want them walking out of our building in a good headspace. That is our goal every day. No matter what happened, you're going to walk out of us and your interaction with us in a good headspace. You're going to have a good experience. It may have been rocky somewhere in the middle there, and we may have had some moments of, animosity, or we kind of had tough conversations, but you're going to walk out in a good headspace. But in the first 3 plays that we itemized on our bad list, that was a 21-point swing. And if those 3 plays, one of them's a punt, they fumbled, we didn't get on and we didn't land a score, that's a 3rd and goal that if we just stay on a combo, we walk in the end zone, and it was 5 missed tackles on a late touchdown run. You take those 3 plays away, we win 28-0. That's how fragile we're at. That's the place we're at. Not that our young men are fragile, but that's how fragile the needle is for success for us right now. And we have to make those 3 to 5 plays. If we don't make those 3 to 5 plays, we're going to get some lessons. If we make those 3 to 5 plays, we have the chance to really turn it around. And our goal is to itemize those 3 plays, try to replicate those in practice so that they feel that moment, so that when the moment happens on Friday, it's real familiar and they know how to be successful in it. So kind of looking at that, we're going to kind of jump into, this is our review portion. We're going to jump in here, and we're going to talk about our players of the game. So here's how it's going to work, boys. Y'all ready? You sure? Okay. I told you we got 2 questions. Jaron, you ready? So, again, our awards don't go on stats. We don't even look at stats. Honestly, stats are just, they're irrelevant. I mean, they're cool. They're cool for recruiting, but that's not what we operate out of. We want to see guys who are honoring our values and are instilling values in themselves. So as we kind of get into our awards here, our first one, which we associate, I think I mentioned Days of the Week, our Blue Collar Monday guy is a guy who has been the staple since I walked in the door. He's the mayor. He's going to be the president of the United States one day. It's going to be really good. But our blue collar guy is Luke Gormley. Come on up, Luke.
What a game.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on the Player of the Week and the award. So I've got a question for you. Ready? So I'm going to go with, what is your go-to pregame song? Be honest.
Be honest.
I'd say I'd say Vienna by Billy Joel.
Let's go. What? Give a round of applause for that. All right. I got to wrap.
I'm not a big like up pace before the game. I kind of try to stay chill. Yeah.
Level-headed. I like it. All right. Rapid fire. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Aliens, real or fake?
Fake.
All right. Let's give it up for Luke.
Okay, our next guy is kind of our Tuesday. We actually turned our Monday into Tuesday. We had an intense Tuesday on a Monday this morning at practice. We got into a little Mustang Alley action, which if you want to see a spectacle, please come watch it. I think I almost broke my back last year trying to be a part of it and not realizing I'm in my 40s and I'm old. But it was a lot of fun today, and we got after it. So our intensity guy is one Jaron Butch Jr., a new guy, new face. Jaron just moved here. We're excited to have him. He's got some Mississippi ties, so I feel like we're related. We're probably cousins somewhere down the street. So this is our boy Jaron. This was number 44. He was the one that was hammering people and then being so nice, he would pick them up like they were 5-year-old children and hold them off the ground and shake them like a rag doll. It was amazing.
Congrats, man. We're super excited to have you. So, Bud, you're 44.
Yes, sir.
Why'd you choose that number? Any significance?
I don't have no reason.
You just like 44 is good. I like it. I was 44 in high school, by the way, so it's a good number. All right, ready? Rapid question. Bigfoot, real or fake?
Fake.
Okay, all right. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
We was real proud of Jaron. He's came in. He's the locker rooms that just loved him up, and I think the greatest thing is community. So it was awesome to see him come in, and man, everybody just loves him. Anybody that's 6'5" and knocks people out in football usually has a lot of friends, and Jaron has a lot of friends. So our We Wednesday guy is Blake Johnson. I tell people that I don't know if Blake's gonna be like some California model when he gets older, or a surfer or something, but he's a beautiful human. So.
Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so quick question. What is your favorite snack?
Ooh, okay. I'm a big candy guy, so I love Sour Patch Kids, and I love the watermelon Sour Patch Kids. I'll tear those down, the whole bag.
It's a good choice. I like that. All right, Batman or Superman? You're picking one.
Batman, and the new Batman movie is amazing. It's like one of my favorite movies.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up, man.
Blake's been playing really well for us. It's been awesome to see hit the effort and just the juice he's playing with at a very high level. Okay, our T3 guy, which is we talk about that being thankful, being tough, and playing with that edge and kind of creates an element of Thanksgiving for us. Our T3 is Brody Henderson. Hey! We're going to show some highlights of Brody here in just a second.
Yeah. Congrats, bud.
Thank you.
All right. Big debate with all the kids wearing sandals. So you socks or no socks?
Socks all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go no socks, I think you're a criminal. Yeah. Showing the toes, it's some for sure.
What's your favorite class and why?
Math, because reading is hard, science is hard, and history is hard. So math is a good one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, we kind of went into this season knowing that we had to kind of hang our hat on something offensively till some things worked out. and we've been able to kind of hang our hat on this guy and kind of depend on him for all the hard stuff, for all the not pretty stuff. Our grit guy is Jake Graham. First 100-yard rushing game the other night. So in the logistics of our offense, when we came in, legit question, 5 days in, did you think I was crazy or did you think I was cool? This answer will determine your carries Friday night. I just want you to know.
I'd say a little bit of both.
Okay, I like that.
Something we weren't really used to. Yeah. So I enjoyed it, but it was a little
crazy.
Yeah, it was a little crazy sometimes.
So we did a stretching day, like a flex day. It was almost like yoga. And this human could not touch his toes at all. Like he could not. Wild. He can now though, see? So it worked. All right, dude, real question. You ready? Yeah. You are stranded on an island. You get to take one person with you, and you get to take one item with you. Who's the person? What's the item?
Can I pick someone from back in time?
Yeah. Sure.
I'll take 2007 Megan Fox. And I'll bring a bow and arrow.
Okay, all right. Your mom's real proud right now. I just want you to know. I was thinking he'd take you in a cell phone or something.
Hey, I like the answer.
There's a lot of people Googling 2007 Megan Fox right now. All right. Our last guy is our staying, which is kind of the embodiment of our culture and kind of everything we do as a culture. And it's just that guy that everything we do, this guy just kind of embodies it. And he's a consistent one, and that's Cedric Hicks.
Let's go, Sed.
Brody said he's not wearing socks. It's a tough deal, man. Tough deal.
I said, super proud of you. Great to see you up here. What's your favorite clothing brand?
Nike.
Okay. You got any Nike on?
I don't think so.
No Nike Phil's going to work on that. Yeah. All right. If you're going, you got the option, tacos or burgers. Where you going?
Tacos.
Okay. What kind of taco? Chicken? Ground beef?
Ground beef.
All right. Cool. Appreciate it.
Okay, my stranded on the island question was better, dude.
Way better.
Okay. All right, that's all I thought about all afternoon. I hadn't even thought about the film. Okay, I have two special guests. We're kind of slowly acclimating. The big thing that when I got here, I was talking to the Four Horsemen, I'm talking to these guys, and they didn't even know a lot of our coaches. And, man, that really bothered me because this is community. We have kids in the schools. Like, we're just on a different end of it than you are. So I wanted to make sure that our guests were our coaches so that you could get to meet these guys. So our two special guests, you guys come on up. It's Coach Nash, our running backs coach, and Coach Holland, our corners coach. So they're also the head track coaches, which is actually their off-season coach if they don't play in those sports. They just don't know it yet because everybody's running track. So what we're going to do, guys, y'all kind of come up so you can see the camera here. So I'm going to talk to the special teams here first. And as we transition kind of into their phase of the game, they'll talk through what they got to. Coach Gross was pretty particular with me here. Again, Coach Gross does a great job of simulating pressure, getting pressure on the kickers, and doing things that kind of create breaks for us. And this is Cedric Hicks here. We basically pick what we think is the weakest link, and we send Cedric Hicks toes exposed over there to him, okay? And it usually works out pretty well for us. So Ced gets a push here, gets a hand up, we got a block. And ultimately, and then Linnell comes down with it to secure it. That's a huge deal for us. It put us in contention where if we hit, ifs and buts again, if candy nuts, but if we hit the field goal, that last drive, we're playing for a win. So those moments matter, and that's what we're trying to get our guys to understand, that every moment matters. You got to go full tilt every moment. So, it's great filming here. Okay, offensively, Coach, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about what we got going on here.
Okay, we got our burn Porsche play for Jake. I believe this was quarter where we in.
We're probably second.
Okay.
We're probably third.
Third quarter.
Yeah.
He takes his steps, right? A lot of things. Jake's getting a lot better at reading his vision. and being the runner that we want him to be as far as pounding the ball, being that hammer and driving the nail in. The end zone view is a lot better so you can see what he sees. He's going to watch our guard pull around. He's just going to tuck in there, and he's going to get a good significant gain for us. Jake's always on me talking about I underestimate his speed. I'm just like, no, Jake, you're just not faster than the other guys. So, but that was a good job for him. He had a big run for us coming up in the third quarter that kind of, put us right back in the game. Here we go. We got.
This is our rocket.
Rocket? Okay, go ahead, Coach.
So this is our rocket play. We got Ty Johnson, quarterback there. We come off. We knew what we're looking at is they're compromising what we call level 2 integrity, and they're getting a lot of people level 1. So if we can get back in the alley, get in the crease, we feel good about it. So we were able to kind of get Luke here. We get our linemen out. We got Snead and those guys coming out. We get in the crease here, and we get to run a great block here, right here, about the 45. Get a double team here, and we get creased up and get a explosive. Ignore that. It's me talking and with my annotations. But huge play for us. We're able to kind of get an explosive there and kind of get going. All right, there we go. So here's kind of the end zone shot. Ty does a good job coming off our zone fake to kind of get some lateral flow, to get some lateral expansion. Good job getting our back set. He does a great job here. Comes off getting his feet set and making a throw with some traffic, and we're in the crease right now. So a good play to kind of get an explosive going for us. All right, here's the next one, Coach. You can talk about this.
Okay, we got our chill Bronco, our buck sweep play. And when a running back is really getting into a rhythm and becoming a really good running back, when he can kind of see things before they happen. And Jake has been growing in that, and it's starting to come to fruition. Right? He sees the hole. He feels the flow of the defense. He's tucked in behind the lineman. And this is he uses his speed, right, and almost finishes the run, but gets out of bounds at the 4-yard line. That was a big play for us. Again, you see the end zone view, so you can kind of see what he sees. Takes his steps, right. Good job of being patient, waiting for the lineman to set up his blocks, and then he's out the gate, ball in the outside arm like he's coached to do.
Great job here by Brody and all those receivers. We tell receivers, like, the difference in 6 yards and 6 points is you getting leverage and blocking. Brody Hunt's been doing a great job getting leverage downfield and being physical with people. Our receivers did a good job here of doing that and kind of getting us leverage. Great job our O-line here of getting creased up and us getting in the crease here and getting to the edge. And the big thing we taught with our backs is get tackled on the hip. We think if you can get tackled on the hip, you can always go +2 on collision, and +2 is a big thing for us. And it allows us to kind of have the spacing we need. So, all right, Coach Holland. Coach Holland has the second best haircut on our staff.
Thanks, Coach. All right, it's a big interception in the first half. We brought field pressure there with Cooper coming off the edge. They roll out. Jalen Carson makes a really nice break on the quarterback's throw, picks it off. We're not really sure if he even knew the ball was flying his way. It just kind of almost flew right into his hand and right into a tuck position. You can kind of tell from the end zone angle. But there's Jalen right there, number 16. We kind of fake a pressure up the middle. We bring it off the edge. He makes a great play on the ball. This is good football.
And I think it all plays into our simulated pressure and getting pressure on the quarterback. Cooper Towery wore 32 knee wristbands that night on his legs. Really interesting look there.
This is Brody Henderson on a big third. It's 3rd and goal at this point. It's not 3rd and 54. That's a typo. But even if it was, we're going to bring pressure anyway. Brody does a great job just fighting through traffic, and you just see the relentless effort chasing down a pretty athletic quarterback. We've got good coverage in the back end. There's really no options. Quarterback's got to try to tuck it and run, and Brody's there to get him down. This is just a great effort and heart play. We bring pressure off both edges here, and we're playing man-to-man zero coverage. So it's a high pressure, high risk call, and we hit on this one.
And there's Jared picking up like he's a 4-year-old child.
He's a friendly guy.
He's picking up a 17-year-old man like he's a child.
Here's a 3rd and 14 around the third quarter. We bring Cooper Towery off the edge, so we're bringing pressure from the field. They try to run a bootleg into the field, so seeing Cooper coming off the edge immediately makes the quarterback stop in his tracks. He steps up in the pocket, and then he gets nailed. Cooper makes a big hit on him. So Cooper does a great job changing directions, stopping the quarterback from getting outside, and then redirecting and hitting him and knocking the ball out. Cedric Hicks is fighting through, and it comes up with a big recovery. So that was a big one for us.
So able to kind of see like those moments are what keep us in games. Those moments are give us opportunities to win. Before these guys step on, I just want to say Coach Holland's a Grapevine guy. And he has come in and kind of spoke into my life. He's a former head coach. He's another one of him, and we have another coach on staff that were head coaches. So it's great to have them. And then Coach Nash and I are kindred spirits. We kind of connected really early and realized we're pretty much the same person. So just having these guys and, you know, that we're all raising kids together. We've got kids at CTMS. We're kind of all doing this together. And that's what makes this thing enjoyable. Thank you guys so much for giving us the opportunity for us all to be here and coach your guys. And thank you to these two guys. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, so now we're talking about Seguin coming up, right? Going in, Seguin is 3-0, and we played them on Friday at MPS. So what are your thoughts there, Coach?
I didn't know they were 3-0. That's how not focused on anybody else but us I am. I mean, they're a good football team. I know their head coach. Him and I kind of played each other back in 22 and then I recruited his school when I was at the collegiate level. And I called him last night, and I was like, hey, Coach. He said, man, you know what? I'm so glad you're back, but I was hoping you didn't get the job. And so what are you talking about, Coach? He said, man, I'm happy for you and your family, but I know, he said, I just have a ton of respect for you, and I have a mutual respect for him, and he's built it. It was 22 we played them. I think we scored 60 points. I don't know. They were awful. But they looked the part. But he's done a great job of building that program. He's a great man, and he's done a tremendous job. So we know what we're getting into. You know, they're a lot of movement, give us a lot of movement, a lot of different things. They're relying on athleticism more than schematic sound. Being schematically sound, they just rely on athleticism. So we've got to overcompensate. We worked till 9 o'clock last night, making sure that we're schematically sound and making sure that our guys are. The term we kind of use is there's guys who are hyped and there's guys who are emotionally invested into a ball game, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing for us is you'll know hype because it fades about mid first quarter and it goes flat. Emotionally invested players into a Friday night. We talk, you can play 4 quarters or 4 days. We're just going to show them fight. And that's what we're going to make sure that our guys are emotionally invested into what Friday night looks like. We're going to make sure as a staff we're schematically putting them in the right position and a mixture of their investment and our alignment, we're going to get good results. We're going to put ourselves in a position to win ball games. We expect that. It doesn't matter who shows up. And that is our expectation. I won't come off that. Our staff's not coming off that. And our players are not coming off that.
That's great. So what's the kind of game plan going into Seguin, Coach?
So this is it. I'm telling you, I truly believe that, and I use that word, that I believe that if we go into Wakeland with the confidence, but like true, deep down rooted, like we're going to win this game, we win the game. If we go into Friday night truly believing we're going to win the game, we're going to win the game. I believe that because I believe in our guys. I believe in our coaches. I believe in this community. I believe in our players. We have the right guys in the room. We don't need nobody else to show up. We've got the dudes in the room. We have got to instill this undying, relentless belief in what we're doing and how we're doing it. And that's going to put us in a position that Friday night at 10:30 or whenever that happens, we're going to feel good about the scoreboard and the product we put out. And that is our plan. They're an odd front defense that brings multiple pressure. They're a spread, space-oriented offense, and they're not actually bad on special teams, But again, it's utilizing athleticism over schematically being more advanced. Our hope is that we're schematically more advanced, and with our guys being very emotionally invested, because here's what I do know. We're going to be ready. We're going to be dialed in, ready to play. We're going to be expecting to give our best effort, and I don't know if they will. I know I was working at 9 o'clock, and when I talked to him at 6:30, he was sitting at home watching the Cowboys or some team play. Only team, that's what everybody's, Coach, who's your favorite team? I said, the Grapevine Mustangs. I don't care about anybody else. That's the only team I watch. So that's kind of where we're at. This is the play I played to them guys today, and this is the Ted Lasso sound he was talking about. If you've seen the show, it's a great show. It's a phenomenal show. There's two things that Christy and I watch for every football season. We watch every episode of the Friday Night Lights series because Tammy Taylor, and then we watch Ted Lasso, and that's just kind of. So when it gets to this point in the sign, what has happened is somebody's ripped that up and shattered it, and Ted comes and picks it up and he tapes it back together. And Friday night kind of had a little bit of tearing in it, you know. Those missed field goals, those missed moments, those things, the season will tear it up, rip up your belief a little bit. And our job as coaches and our job as players and our job as a community to come back in on Saturday and come back in on Monday, tape it back together and believe again. And this is the parallel. We're going to put some tape on this thing. We're going to put it back together. We're going to continue to establish our identity, and we're going to continue to move forward with the belief that what we're doing matters. And what we're doing will get the results we want. Because we have the right kids in the room, we have the right players, we're in the right community, we have the right assistant coaches. I'm hoping to the good Lord we got the right head coach, and we'll get this thing going. So that is where we're at. That very well could be a spotless belief sign with no wrinkles. But, you know, I was kind of talking with our athletic director today, and that's what he said. He said, yeah, if you hit the field goal and you rip off a touchdown late and win it, do you learn the lessons you need to learn for later down the road? Or is it masked? Is it overshadowed by, we won? Because we didn't play great at Birdville. We didn't play great. We just very invested, and we believed. So belief, attitude, effort, investment overcompensates a lot of wrongs in life. And that's what this game does for us. And that's why we believe, and that's why we tape it back up and we go at it again.
It's great. So we've got Seguin at home, MPS, 7 p.m. Friday. Before we get to close, Coach, is there anything beside, I mean, that's a powerful statement, right? Believe.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that holds so true when you look at this, because we started this episode saying we could be 3-0 so easy, right? You're talking a couple plays, a couple points. And so I do believe retaping that and having that belief can get these kids redialed in.
Yeah, and that's our thing. You know, we're not here to we're here to build people up, right? That's what we do. My job as a coach is to, I always tell people, there's two things we do as coaches. We comfort the afflicted, and we afflict and then we convict the comfortable. So if you get too comfortable, I'm gonna let you know. And if you get too afflicted or then I will comfort you. And I've got to find the push and pull of what we're trying to do here. And Saturday was us going, hey man, we're good. We need to clean this up. We're better than this. There is a better expectation, and we're not going to allow it, and we're going to handle it, and we're going to handle it ever how we got to, but we're going to move forward together. This isn't a one side of the ball or other side of the ball or this staff versus that staff. I promise you, me and Freezy talk more than anybody because we've done this together for a long time. And what's really cool about what we're doing in the identification process is when I walked into a locker room in February or January or whenever it was, me and Judge started in the Four Horsemen. We started ripping stuff off the wall, making Steve feel real uncomfortable. Remember that? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A little Chicken Express and tearing out some branding. So when we started this, I walked into a very factious room where there was kind of this group of guys that had kind of weathered a storm, and there was this group of guys that had kind of weathered the storm, and then there was these sub-varsity guys that had to come on up with it. And if there's one thing I'm really extremely proud of our guys is that don't happen. You walk in a room, it's one group. It's a bunch of dudes that believe in each other, that have each other's back, and there's no teams, there's no small entities. There's just a big collective of the Mustangs. And that goes from 9 through 12 because there was just as many varsity players standing on the sideline on Thursday night at our JV game rooting those guys on as there was anything else. And as I'll say this as a parent, these older guys have welcomed my freshman son in, and there's just no divisiveness. And that's where, once we get to that place, we're headed in the right direction because unity is the secret. Being unified is the secret of this whole thing. If we have each other's back and we're linked up and locked in and have each other's back, that's the secret sauce. And then all of a sudden you get something cooking. That's the identity of the Mustang. That's what we're talking about when we talk about Mustang ID. So you know what? I'll take those 3 plays. I'll wear them with a proud, on my chest. And I'll wear that scar, and I'll know that it's a lesson, not a loss. And if we can reiterate that to our guys, then we're headed in the right direction.
It's awesome, powerful, Coach. Unless you have anything left, I think let's end on Believe. Can we get a big round of applause for Believe? And as we close out here, again, a thank you to our sponsor, Harvest Hall, and I'm His Ministries. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
This week, join us for Mustang Friday night from Mustang Panther Stadium as the Stangs take on the Seguin Cougars. Proudly presented by the Grubbs family of dealerships.